Well, hey friends, Tom Cash here. We're going to do another video. Today, I'm going to focus on the elections for president in the 1980s, probably 84 and 88 in those years. Um, During that time frame was when more and more people started really getting into the presidential elections, and you had multiple candidates in the primaries. And as you know, and today we had until Vice President Biden, it looks like we'll have the nomination. You had a zillion people for campaigning in the primaries. So I'm going to share some of the political buttons that we have from 84 and 88 and just show you who all was running. And I think you may be surprised. Some of you may remember them, but I'm going to turn around and show you some of the political buttons that we have from the 80s. So here we go. Let's start this off. And the very first one I want to show you is this guy right here. So this is the astronaut John Glenn. He ran in 84, was considered by a lot of people as an American hero. And he ran and did pretty well, but just didn't have the punch to see it through the end. Askew, here's another one, John Glenn for president. Look at this. William Hague, Alexander Hague, for president. How about Sandra Day O'Connor for president? This guy, I don't even remember who he was. Helms for president. This was Gonzalez, Vote Socialist Workers. Walter Cronkite. This was a joke button, but there was a president button that came out for Walter Cronkite. George McGovern. This was highly unusual. Beat Big Business, Vote Communist. Alan Cranston, U.S. Senator, Vote Cranston for president. And then from Kansas, Bob Dole. Again. So moving across, and I actually have 4 display cases today. Here was Bush in 88. Again, several Bush Dole buttons. Here's one, Como for president. Bush Kemp. Bush Kemp again. Jack Kemp. You know, he played football. Here was one before that, re-elect Nancy. This was funny. President Quayle. Oh my goodness. So let me move on across. Ferraro, Geraldine Ferraro. This one was funny. I honestly can't remember what this. I remember it, but I can't remember. Can't run for president with your fly open. This was a Biden button, believe it or not. Dick Gephardt. Here's a Gore buttons. Senator Dale Bumpus. Lee Iacocca. Kennedy. Gary Hart from California. Rangel. Gephardt again. Simon. Simon always wore the bow ties. Bill Bradley. Here, Senator Joe Biden for president in 88. Here was a Clinton. Como for president. Here's another one. Babbitt. And then moving on, Eagleton, McGovern, Shriver. Just really a lot of different buttons. Here's a George McGovern. These are women for McGovern. I am a North Dakota McGovern. I'm from North Dakota. McGovern does not speak for me. And then the same thing for South Dakota. And as I've said in previous videos, McGovern Eagleton, and then Eagleton dropped out. And then moving along, let me go to this one. Let me just set it up. Just another Italian from Queens. That's a Como. Geraldine Ferraro. And I want to talk a little bit about her, as her and Walter Mondale ran in the '84 election. Geraldine Ferraro is my main man. If she can't talk to Italian men, who can talk to the Russians? And then a couple of these are pretty funny, so please don't be offended, but this is what was put out. And this is Mondale. Now, just a little history. Mondale, running for president, had nicknames. His name was Walter, but he also called him Fritz Mondale, and they also called him Wally. So this was pretty funny. So again, my apologies. But this is a picture of Walter Mondale and Dolly Parton, and it says, Fritz and Tits, the three biggest boobs in town. That was one of my dad's favorite. Here's Geraldine Ferraro. Come clean, Geraldine. And then here she is walking Mondale like he's a dog. Hurry up, Fritz. Geraldine Ferraro for America, Vice President in '84. And then finally, again, his name was Walter, but the nickname Wally. So here it is, the button, Wally and the Beaver, referring to Ferraro. So again, these are pretty funny. And then just kind of random buttons that I think are pretty funny. Like the Walter Cronkite right here. Well, they also had one for Edith Bunker. And it says, behind every great man, there's a dingbat. And it's got Edith Bunker. And then here is the Archie Bunker. And it says, I'm a dingbat for Bunker. And here's another one. To get focused here. It says, bunker me. Here's one for actually Big Bird for president. Here's another Archie Bunker for president. And there was another one named Brown who ran. And this one is funny. It's a picture of a toilet. It says, if it's brown, flush it down. And then finally, this one says, don't be a butthead, just vote. And J.R. Ewing from the Dallas show. J.R. Ewing for president. So again, this is just another segment of the collection. These are from the 80s. And as I've said before, we got a lot of these things. And they're really fun to go back. I laugh every time I go back and read some of these things. So hope you enjoyed us. And please don't be offended. But that's what they published. Thanks.